Hello Leos, my sweet pussycats. Welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. So Leo, if you haven't heard already, I have a dental appliance in my mouth, and the biggest part of it is at the roof of my mouth. So my speech is a tiny bit impeded, delayed, messed up, however you want to word it, but I'm working through it. I'm getting a little bit better. Yeah, anyways. So we're doing fairies this week. I created a new 4-week, oh, maybe I should put it in the description. It may not be there when you watch this though, because it takes time for me to do that. But yeah, there's going to be a cycle of 4-week specific types of readings that I do for each week. And then once I do all 4, then I cycle back and you'll get a fairy reading again. So this week is the fairies. So we're going to pull out a fairy card for you. We're going to see what fairy would like to speak to you. And then we're going to use the tarot. And we're going to find out what this fairy is asking you to release. What this fairy would like you to embrace. Any hidden factors that you're unaware of in your journey. And energy that is approaching you. And there is an extended at the end of this. The link is at the top of the description if you're drawn to it. And in the extended, I will pull you another fairy card. And that fairy card, the whole extended is actually your inner child speaking to you. So your deeper soul. The soul that existed before any ego was ever involved in your body and mind. And the fairy card that comes out in the extended will be the archetypal energy of your inner child right now. And then it'll talk to you. So we're going to get started right now with this fairy card. What do we have from our fine pussycats? Oh boy, this calligraphy. Nellie's, I think it says, oh yeah, Nellie's the alchemist. Ooh, wow. Oh, that's really cool. 27. It reminds me like, it reminds me a bit, I want to say like temperance. I mean like alchemy and balancing. But let's see what this book has to tell you about the fairy that has come to speak to you. Nellie's the alchemist. Yeah, we have inner transformation, irrevocable change. In fairy and sometimes in our world, alchemy is a study and practice of transforming the soul from the lead of primitive, conditioned reactions to the gold of spiritual and practical attainment. Nellie's is mistress of the alchemical arts, and she also understands that daily life is a spiritual exercise. She recognizes that transformation may take place from the inside out or from the outside in. When things are stuck and movement has become impossible, Nellie firmly waves her Rowan wand and things happen in ourselves and in the world. That's interesting. So for the starter reading, when Nellie's turns up in your reading, get ready for things to happen inwardly and outwardly. The stuck becomes unstuck. The blocked begins to move. You may have to run to keep up with the speed at which the situation around you is moving. You may also be surprised by the direction of things and you are taking. You may find your plans, even your desires and dreams, changing as the transformative process takes place. Changing as the transformative process takes place. It might not have been in your plans, but later on you will look back and say, wow, I wasn't what I expected, but it was what I needed. It was, oh my God, I'm really sorry guys, my mouth. It wasn't what I expected, but it was just what I needed. When we have been through such an alchemical process, we can never go back to what we were before, which is probably just as well. That's interesting. See, the creator here has a quote with this one. Fairies hide what you want and reveal what you need. Don't they always? Doesn't the world in general? All right. Let's go into the Lightseer's Tarot to find out what is Nellie's wanting you to release, to embrace. What's going on around you don't know about, and what's coming towards you. That's nice. Ooh la la, look what's coming to you. What is under here? The underlying is the 5 of Wands and the 9 of Wands. Interesting. Interesting. You know what I'm getting here? I'm getting the energy of, because what you're being asked to release is the Hermit. So what I'm getting here is kind of why the reading is here, why Nellie's is here to talk to you, is that there's been some sort of conflict, some sort of misunderstanding, some sort of inner conflict that has become exhausting. It's become exhausting. And I almost feel like that's maybe what has put you into the hermit mode. It's just like, gets to the point where it's better just not to be involved in any energy at all than to be involved in this energy, right? Yeah, that's tiring. That is tiring. It's almost like maybe, you know what, you feel like I finally won this conflict. I got all these damn wands and I've stacked them all up and I made a nice little fence here and nobody's going to get with my little fence. There'll be no more of that. And then at some point you decided, you know, it's time to reflect. It's time to really think about things, think about life. Where's it all going? Where am I going? What's happening? What are the answers that I seek? Are there answers to the questions that I have? It's time to get rid of that. It's time to get out of there. It's time to come out. It's time to come out and play. But actually, no. You know what I like? When I saw that, I thought, oh, release that. Okay. What you're being asked to embrace, though, I think it's a nice pace. I think it's a nice pace. So what you're being asked to embrace is the Knight of Pentacles. Hey, you don't have to come rushing out of the gate if you don't feel like it. If you're kind of like, yeah, I'm good where I've been. I'll come out a little bit and see what happens. I'll do a little bit of this. I'll do a little bit of that. I love this Knight of Pentacles because he's just dropping away shit that doesn't serve him anymore. He's just like, you know what? All I really need is, you know, what I carry on my back and in one hand. I have a hand free to take anything that comes towards me. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if he drops the last pentacle in his hand. And he's taken himself to an Ace of Pentacles where he only has one pentacle, right? Kind of a strategic plan. And it's really beautiful. It's barefoot. It's really grounded with earth. Really being connected. Connected. Okay. So yeah, because this is almost like just being connected with self. Yeah, if you look at them, they're just kind of like, the rock almost looks like they're not part of it. They're not really floating. They're floating above it. Not being connected anymore, which is the Hermit. So allow yourself to be connected again. That's what Nellie's is saying. This is a transformation, right? Because it's about alchemy here. So it's transforming from this hermit mode and it's going towards movement and grounding, but it's a nice slow pace. You don't have to rush anything here. And actually, while you're going, while you're taking, even if it's baby steps away from this hermit energy, being like kind of self-imposed, self-within, all within, like it's just an exploration of self and within, is to now, because you can only grow so much with that, right? Like we're here to have experiences. That's kind of why Earth is set up like this, you know, to go out and have some experiences, to give you, oh yeah, see, here we go, to give you, as I was just about to say, choices. Hidden factors that you are unaware of is that you have some choices out there. You have some choices out there. You may, maybe you don't want to make the choices. I don't know. It's kind of coming in funny like that. Like maybe you didn't want to make the choices. Maybe you want the choices to be made for you, I'm hearing. Like kind of sitting back and just saying, okay, I'm just going to let everything play out. Everyone can play their story. Everyone can play their part. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to chill it. But there's the hidden factors here is that you're part of the story. You're part of the story. So you need to come out and make some choices. Yeah, look at that. Look at this purse she holds. It's very similar to a pentacle. Well, yeah, it is a two of pentacles. Duh. Okay, Cindy. I'm so glad I caught up with the rest of you on this reading. It looks like a pentacle because, geez, it is a two of pentacles. So it's a pentacle, but she's just got one real tangible, real one here. And then there's another one forming. So by being in hermit mode, yeah, you're going to come out, you're going to have one pentacle and a nice ace of pentacles here, but let's turn that into choices. Let's turn that into moving forward in life so that you meet new experiences that give you choices to make and choose from. Because the energy that's approaching you is a choice. It's the Lovers. So that is making choices. And it could be the Lovers. It could be like, it could be the choice of a partnership, of a person. I don't know. Whenever I see this card, I mean, this is like Lovers written all over it. I mean, these two are really enamored. It's kind of like if anyone else is in the room, they're not aware of it. Well, I don't think they don't have anything on. I don't think anyone is in the room, but if they were out in the woods and someone was walking by, I really don't think they would notice. That's what I feel with those two. I don't think they would notice. So let's clarify, shall we? Because yeah, here in this, you're not going to get that. That's, you know, you're not going to get that. Well, you might hear like little tinkle tinkles. It's actually the rain hitting the window. It's a very rainy day. Oh, my son's going to be so mad at me. I thought it was supposed to get better. It's like, do I need my boots, Mom? No, you're good with your shoes. It's just going to sprinkle a little bit. You know, by the time you have morning recess, it'll be fine. I mean, yeah, no. I'm in trouble. I'll hear the end. I will not hear the end of that. It's funny, right? Like, as a parent, you're always the... Here's my little tangent about how I'm going to be in trouble after 3 o'clock when I hear about that. Oh, I'm clarifying. Did I say I was clarifying? You know, I spend so much time thinking about how to say words that sometimes I forget to, you know, say what the hell I'm doing. I'm clarifying. Oh, the Ten of Swords is at the bottom, followed by the Page of Wands and the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Wow, what is going on back here? There's a lot. I was kind of thinking, you know, for a while there I was getting a lot of story in the underlying cards. And then lately I haven't been. It's like one card, maybe two. You guys brought that back. Wow. Okay. The Ten of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Queen of Cups. So I'm like reading these because they're only upright. The Ace of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Cups. Wow. That's quite the underline. You need to, something's going to end here. When it does, maybe it's hermit mode. Maybe there's some self-protection going on. You know, whatever it is, whenever you come out on the other end, you're not going to feel like the same person. You're not going to be the same person. I mean, it's nothing. If anything, you know what I like to say? When something like this happens, you're actually closer to who you really are, right? This is to spell things that have accumulated in and around you over time through experiences and situations and relationships with different people and places and things that may have served you at a point, at a time, whoever you were at this point. Yeah, it's almost like I always like to think like from the age of like being born till about 4 or so, kind of like before you go to school, you are you, and that is very unchanged. But then once you start hitting all these experiences and expectations and all these other things that get put on, we start putting on these very thin layers. It's almost like paper mache masks, and they just get thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. And then, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know, it's going to be a different age for everyone when some of these start to come off. And it's like, you know, no, and that's what this is. It's a layer of something coming off. So it's actually, when I say when you come out of this, you're going to be a different person. I don't mean that in a fake way. Like, I mean that in a more real you way, right? Like, it's defeated some sort of ego, some sort of persona, mask, archetypal energy too, that you had to sustain you through some sort of other part of your life. Okay, so then we have this. This is nice. This is communication. This is free movement, honest, open, love. And you're beginning in love. There you are, feeling very dynamic, very strong, energized, sexy, beautiful, handsome. Two of Cups, nice. That's nice to come in with a lover, so yeah. The Three of Cups, happiness, celebration, reconciliations, and then charging forward. And I think it's interesting because then you have the King of Cups. You have the King and Queen of Cups in that little set. So let me put this all back. That's the underline. It feels like you guys got 2 readings. I'm getting hungry. Yeah. I'm having more of like a liquid and pureed food day with this thing in my mouth. Today is that. So I'm getting kind of hungry. Anyways, the Hermit. What you're being asked to release. Wow, interesting energy. The Empress, the Three of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Wow, this Hermit mode has got you... It's like heartbroken about something that you really love and desire, or would really love and desire. And with the Page of Swords, I feel like, you know, even though you're in this hermit mode, you're still kind of watchful. Almost, and I like that there's a page there. It's almost like, you know what, you've been pulling the swords out of your heart. And you're holding one up in truth and clarity and expression and communication, like ready to anyways. It's a little bit like, you know, this, Nellie is telling you that you're getting ready to leave the hermit mode. Getting ready to leave the hermit mode. What are you being asked to embrace? Right? It's kind of moving slowly and forward. Don't rush things. Oh, wow. Oh, no, it isn't. I thought it was all major arcana. 2 out of 3 are. You have the Hanged Man, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Magician. Looking, as you move forward slowly, looking at things in a new perspective. I always say that a lot with the Hanged Man. But I really feel like that somehow because there's been some sort of major ending. So, you know, as you take the layers of paper mache mask off, you start to see things more clearly too. Maybe you see them, when I say see things differently with the Hanged Man, it is like trying to get a different perspective. And you will, because you don't have another layer over your eyes, right? With the 8 of Pentacles and the Magician, I feel like this is going forward in the things that you put yourself into and manifesting it in a whole new way. Manifesting things in a whole new way. Being asked to do that. Step 1, the Magician. I think he was coming out earlier this week as step 1, the Magician, right? Well, he is number 1. It is the first step in the major arcana. So, right, take the first step. Take the first step. It's almost as if saying that. Like this manifestation, it's just taking the first step. Hidden factors that you were unaware of, right? Was the 2 of Pentacles. Ooh. I'm just looking. I don't know what it is about today, but I have a tendency to just look at what I'm not looking at everything, and I used to do that. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's different. Okay. The Lovers, the Judgment, and then the 8 of Cups. What you're unaware of. Do you know what I think you're unaware of? I think you may have pulled away from a situation where there was some sort of rebirth because the Lovers is the energy that is approaching you. And look, like this is the Lovers. A Judgment could be like being reborn again. It could be reignited. It could also be someone making judgment on it. Like maybe you needed to step back and look at it and see, try to figure out what it was. Maybe that's part of why you've gone into this hermit mode. But whatever this is, it feels like you walked away from that energy and there was a choice involved. But what's coming towards you is the Lovers. The Ace of Wands, the 5 of Swords, and Justice. There's almost like a sort of a spark, a new beginning here. There's the walking away, right, that I got with this 8 of Cups. There's the walking away. but there's balance. There's justice here. It's very hard for me to say my J's with this thing in my mouth. There is balance here. So whatever this Lovers card represents to you, well, that's so funny. I mean, the Lovers is a Gemini card, but she's got this bow and arrow tattoo on her arm, which reminds me of Sagittarius. Oh. So there's obviously there's air and fire in this energy of that Lovers card. Let's see. I just want to clarify this underline. I really feel like it might be part of the reason you went into hermit mode. I feel like there's some sort of conflict or misunderstanding, disagreement. Taking all of that, taking those wands and lining them up. Lining them up and making like a little wall fence there. And I'm okay. I'm not doing any more of this. I'm not doing any more of this. That's kind of what like the Nine of Wands is. Like, I'm not doing any more of that. So let's clarify it. Let's clarify it. Boy, your cards are just eager to speak to me. Oh yeah, look, the Seven of Wands. We got it lined up there too. Oh, that King of Cups guy came out again. Seven of Wands, Knight of Wands, and the King of Cups. There's something here involving a lot of feelings and emotions. I gotta say that. You have the Lovers twice. You had the Two of Cups underlying with the King and Queen of Cups. There's definitely something here that involves a lot of feelings and emotions. Someone, possibly you, is a little bit defensive, but there's energy, almost like this fiery, passionate energy that wishes to come towards you. But hey, there, you went from the Nine of Wands to the Seven of Wands, right? And the wall's getting a little smaller. I'm just going to clarify Nellie's. I want to see what she will specifically say to you. What will Nellie specifically say to Leos in this reading? What is Nellie here to specifically say? Wow, what's that? Wow. Look at that. Nellie's has got the Star, the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Knight of Swords. Nellie's is here to tell you, right? Oh, and she reminds me of like the Star and Temperance, or like that balance of energy. There's an energetic balance. There's a shift with the Wheel of Fortune. There's a shift here. There's a shift in karmic energy. I do feel like the Star, though, it could be something that you've wished for. Something that you've wished for, hoped for, coveted. And with the Knight of Swords, it could be coming in pretty fast, or faster than you think. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. There's a lot of energy sitting behind this shift for you. So it's maybe a good time to go out and just take your first step. To get like, you know, balanced and grounded. So you can be ready for things to speed up. And then we have the Fool and the Hermit. The Fool and the Hermit. You know, it's up to you what you want to do. That's the final underline there. It's up to you what you want to do. You can continue to be in hermit mode, or you can take a leap of faith here. Start at ground zero to take your first step. There you go. All right, Leo, pussycats. Thank you. I'm going to go do your extended. Did I tell you what the extended was about? I don't even remember. I don't remember. It's, yeah, I'm going to pull another fairy card. It'll be the archetypal energy of your inner child. And your inner child is going to speak to you kind of regarding this stuff in the extended. If I see you there, great. If I don't, I hope to see you here next week. Until next time, Leo, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.